written by a Russian man, decades ago, 1938, which is when my mom was born, and he wrote it for children to help you understand what the sound of the different instruments are in the orchestra. So each character that you see come out and do the acting during the music, they have their own musical theme and their own instrument that is attached to them. So we're going to do the play, and then afterwards, I'm going to have them play the themes, and I want you to raise your hand if you can tell me which character went with that little bit of music. I think you guys can do that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, and then after Miss Sandra does a few little closing remarks, I'm going to let you come up and talk to each of my musicians. But you must be careful. Do not touch their instruments. They will let you touch them, but only when they tell you to. Do you think you can keep your hands off of them?
Yes.
But you can ask them any question you want about their instrument or what it's like to play it or to learn it. So we are ready to start. Everybody ready? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Early one morning, Peter decided to take a walk out into the big green meadow. On the branch of the big tree was a bird, and the bird was chirping happily. Soon a duck came waddling by. She was so happy Peter had left the gate open, and she wanted to take a nice swim in the deep blue pond. Seeing the duck, the little bird flew down and said,
What kind of good are you if you can't fly? What kind of good are you if you can't swim?
and they argued and argued, the little bird flitting around over her head and the duck quacking and swimming in the pond. Suddenly, something caught Peter's attention. He noticed a cat crawling through the grass. The cat thought, that bird is busy arguing with that duck. I think I'm going to go over and eat her. Shouted Peter, and the bird immediately flew up into the tree, and the duck quacked angrily at the cat from inside the pond, and the cat crawled around the tree with greedy eyes.
They go back. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack.
That cat crawled around that tree and thought, by the time I climb that tree, that bird's going to have flown away. Grandfather came out. He was angry. he told Peter not to go out in the woods because what if a wolf would come? But you know how boys are. They don't pay attention to their parents. Neither do girls. Am I right?
It's true.
It's true. All right. They're not afraid of wolves. Boys aren't afraid of wolves. But Grandpa had to come all the way out into the meadow, grab him by the hand, and bring him back and shut the gate. Gone inside the gate, then a wolf came out of the woods. In a twinkling, the cat climbed up the tree. The bird went on the highest branch, but they weren't too close to each other. The duck quacked, and in her being so scared, she jumped out of the pond. And no matter how hard she tried to get away from that wolf, he still got her, and he swallowed her. Bird in the tree, cat behind, and the wolf looking around the tree, thinking with greedy eyes, I'd like to eat them. Afraid of anything, stood behind the wall, and he was watching what was happening. So he went home, got a strong rope, and he climbed up over the branch that was hanging out over the side of the stone wall. Now, he slowly drops the rope, and he catches the wolf's tail. And no matter what the wolf does, he cannot get away. Peter wanted that bird to distract the wolf because he still had to tie that rope around a branch. So no matter how much that wolf tried to get that bird, he couldn't get it. Just then, some hunters came out of the forest, and they were looking for that wolf. They were on its trail, and they were going to try to kill it. Tree said,
"Don't shoot! Me and Buddy want to take this wolf to the zoo."
So, imagine this. we're going to have Peter and the wolf and the hunters and the cat and the bird, and they're all going to take him to the zoo. Oh, Grandpa. Now, shh, 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 quiet. Let's do her noise, quiet. Shh. If you listen very carefully, you can hear the duck quacking, because in the wolf's hurry, he swallowed her whole.